Yeah, I don't.
We're live already before the meeting starts.
Personal threat.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be doing that. Right?
And Bonnie, we have at least 3 votes.
3. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, thank you.
I'm telling you, we can't get our positions held in the airport. It's like insane. And 3 jobs.
That's what I asked about.
Yeah. Harder than you think it will be.
Okay, everyone, it's 6:30. I'll call the meeting to order and let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler. Housechild.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Peterson.
Here.
Mayor Boucher.
Here. Announcements. Do we have any announcements from counselors?
No, none for me.
None from council. I have a couple. I first want to apologize for wearing shady lenses tonight. I had my pupils dilated, having a little trouble seeing, but we'll get through this. I'm not trying to hide from anyone. Also, I wanted to touch on the subject of public input. Tonight's meeting will have 3 separate times for specific public input. We will be having 2 public hearings at the beginning of the meeting, though there will be public input as part of those hearings about those subjects. There is a time of general public discussion near the beginning of the meeting where anyone can address any item to the council. We ask that you not address items that are on the agenda because later on during the agenda, when we bring up each item, we will open up a period of public discussion for any agenda item that will be voted on tonight. So some of the resolutions and ordinances, if we're going to take action tonight, we will have public hearing as part of the process of discussing each of those items. We will move on to the public hearing. We are now having a public hearing for Road Improvement District number 536, Sunby Road and Swan Lake Road. And I'll turn this over to Mr. Mulder.
So this is the final step in the process of getting public input relative to the road improvement project on Sunby and Swan Lake roads. This process started in 2020 when we had some of our first public information meetings, and we talked to the residents about our road improvement plan, our financial management plan, and our plans to improve these roads. In June of last year, we had a feasibility report completed, and the city engineer recommended that we do this project. And at that point in time, we had an estimated cost of just over $400,000. As we continued through this process, we engaged St. Louis County. They did the engineering work for us, and then they did the design work. Their estimate was $440,000. We went out for bid in early this year, and on February 16th, the city council awarded the contract to Northland Constructors for a total construction cost of $451,000. There are 11 parcels on these 2 roads. We're proposing to assess them $9,750 each. Will represent approximately 24% of the entire cost of the project.
Okay, do we have any input from council at this point? Okay, and I'm now going to open it up for public input on this public hearing. If someone is contesting the assessment, we will set a date at a later date for an individual meeting with that person on their contesting the assessment. Is there anyone that wishes to speak at the public hearing for Road Improvement District number 536, Sunby Road and Swan Lake Road? Anyone present in chambers, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record. Anyone online, please either raise your hand in the meeting format or state your name and address for the record and address the council.
And like Mr. Mayor said, if there's anyone in the online session, you can either raise your hand or unmute yourselves and speak at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Is there anyone either in chambers or online that wishes to address the council in the public hearing for Road Improvement District number 536? If someone is present in chambers, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Steve Waddell, 4725 Swan Lake Road. So I'm in this deal. Only have one question. Did you, you did receive my letter?
Yes,
So, you know, I just wanted to make sure
Yes.
everybody.
we have received your letter and
That's
we
all.
will schedule you for a individual meeting.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to address the council in reference to Road Improvement District number 536? With no public input, we will close the public hearing on Road Improvement District number 536 and open a public hearing on Road Improvement District number 537, the Levake Junction Road. Mr. Mulder?
Again, this is the last opportunity for public input relative to the assessment of this road improvement program and this particular project. Again, this data goes back to probably March of last year when we had some of our first public information meetings. And then in June of last year, the feasibility report was accepted by the city council. And later, the council did the design contract in September when we hired Northland Consulting Engineers to do the design work. At that point in time, we estimated the cost of 1.8 million for the construction. To date, we have paid out $1.49 million for this project. We are proposing to assess, I believe it is 43 parcels. Again, 9750, and it's right around $420,000 in total assessment. Again, that works out to be just under 25% of the total cost. The rest of those costs will be covered by the city, either through stormwater, utility funds, and or general levy and a bond that the levy will pay off the bond. I should have mentioned this in the previous public hearing. We do have two letters from residents, one from Wally Kuza, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right, and the other one from James Sundstrom. So you should have that on your desk, Mayor and City Council.
Any input from council?
Mr. Mayor, I just have a clarification for Mr. Mulder. John, you said 1.49 paid out to date. What was the contract amount?
We awarded the bid on February 16th for 1.35 million. And we've had two change orders.
When you say paid out to date, or that's the current contracted amount?
Those are the approved payouts.
Okay, okay. So do you know how much more we have left to pay?
Off the top of my head, no. I haven't done that math.
Okay. I was just wondering what the projected project total is.
I don't know that answer off the top of my head.
Okay,
I mean, we're pretty close and there wasn't too much work left to be done in that final payout.
okay. So, okay.
And any other input from council?
Sorry,
Go ahead.
we're less than the estimate. The estimate is 1.8 and we're going to be less than that.
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, and we do have 2 letters of appeal that have been given to the council. Neither of those residents are present, but individual hearing meetings will be scheduled with those people. And as with all of those meetings, they are open to the public. Is there anyone present in chambers that wishes to speak to the council about Road Improvement District number 537, Levake Junction Road? If so, please step forward and state your name and address for the record. The second call for people in chambers to address the council on Road Improvement District number 537. Is there anyone present in the online meeting that wishes to address the council about Road Improvement District number 537, Levake Junction Road? Please open your microphone and state your name and address for the record and proceed.
Go ahead, Mr. McDonald.
Yes, my name is Casey McDonald. I live at 5236 Levake Junction Road. I feel that we're getting penalized, the people on the Lake Junction, because its road is a city road, not a county. And why is there need to be assessment when we all pay property taxes that should include? Myself, I'm a disabled vet with on SSI, and I like to object to the assessment. I feel it should all be paid by the city or the state. Thank you.
We will schedule your individual meeting on the date that we have to have it in writing.
writing. He's objecting.
If he's objecting,
Are you objecting to the assessment?
Yes,
He has to have it in writing
We-
today.
Then we have to have it in writing today. You can deliver it to the council chambers before the meeting's over.
via email.
Or via email.
And-
Via-
Mr.
Or
McDonald,
email.
this is Joe Wickland. We've worked in the past. I can send you a quick chat message on how you can send that to me.
Joe,
If-
he can
if-
also email it.
Yeah, if email works for you, Casey.
you do.
Okay, I was being given direction from staff here, so
Perfect.
we will move on, and if that gets to us, we will schedule a meeting with you on this matter. Anything else, Mr. McDonald?
No, thanks. Thank you.
Is there anyone else present online that wishes to address the Road Improvement District number 537 Levake Junction Road?
Yes, this is Katie Van Loon, 5180 Levake Junction Road, speaking on behalf of my ownership and my mom's ownership on 5180.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble hearing you on this end, Joe. Can we up the volume? And
Katie
change?
Van Loon, 5180 Levake Junction Road. My mom, 5182 Levake Junction Road. One question on the payments. Are minimum payments required, or can the entire payment balance with accrued interest be paid at the end of 15 years?
I will let our minimum payments required, or can payments be made, or how, Bonnie, there are certain regulations on when a payment can appear ahead of.
If you pay it off early, you have to pay the full amount.
If it's paid off early, you have to pay the full amount.
Otherwise, it'll be assessed annually.
Otherwise, it's assessed annually on your property taxes.
But you cannot defer it and pay it off later plus interest. If the assessment is approved by the city council, and action will be taken in 2 weeks, is that assessment will be split over 15 years, and that amount will be due with your taxes.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else present online that wishes to address this matter, please state your name and address for the record. With no more public input, we will close the public hearing on Road Improvement District number 537 and move to communications. Mr. Mulder?
You just had two items. One was for your information regarding the Duluth Loop Reliability Project by Minnesota Power. And the second was notification from the Western Lake Superior Sanitary District about their 2022 budget.
Thank you. Public discussion. This is the period in time where anyone can address the council about items that are not on the agenda tonight. Is there anyone present in chambers that would like to address the council? If so, please step forward to the podium and give your name and address for the record. Is there anyone present in chambers that wishes to speak to the council this evening? Is there anyone present online that wishes to address the council about items not on the agenda? If so, please state your name and address. Is there anyone online that wishes to address the council about general items not on the agenda? We will have a time for agenda items for public discussion later during the discussion of that item. Anyone online? Okay, we will move on to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Peterson. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Next, we have ordinances. Ordinance 2021-09, an ordinance amending Code of Ordinances, Section 270, fee schedule. This is the second reading. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
Every year we go through and review the city's set fee schedule and to look to see if any adjustments need to be made. We're recommending a number of different changes, and those are all included in your packet. Just to clarify though, the one on the park fee for single family, two family, that it looks like it's striking 1,100, but that actually is not being stricken. That would stay the same.
Thank you. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns from council? Is there anyone present either in chambers or online that wishes to comment on ordinance 2021-09? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public comment relating to 2021-09, an ordinance amending Code of Ordinances, Section 270 fee schedule? Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Next, we will move to resolutions. Resolution 2021-130, resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver a cooperative agreement between St. Louis County and the city of Hermantown for the 2022 crack ceiling CP 0000-477572. Do we have a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder?
So we are proposing this cooperative agreement with St. Louis County because we're planning on crack sealing Arrowhead Road from Highway 53 to Thilke Circle in 2022. And so this is just kind of a joint effort with the county that would just coordinate our efforts and we get a better price on it.
Thank you. Any comments from council? Is there any public comment on resolution 2021-130? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public comment on 2021-130 resolution authorizing a cooperative agreement with St. Louis County? Roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson. Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-131, resolution approving utility and infrastructure manager job description and position. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder.
We have been talking about the possibility of adding a new position for several months. And this one is designed to take the lead in planning and operating our utilities. We have 4 separate utilities: water, sewer, stormwater, and we also have a streetlight fund with over a $4 million budget combined. In addition to that, we've taken a more proactive approach to our road improvement plan and planning some of our infrastructure improvement, particularly some of the sewer projects. Finally, we've also had to take on the MS4 and the stormwater. That's taken a lot of work by lots of different individuals. Sometimes the expectations and responsibilities aren't real clear, so we want to centralize that in this new position. If approved, we would start advertising in the next couple of weeks with the hope of getting somebody on board shortly after the first year, if not before then.
Any questions or comments from council?
I just, every year we kind of evaluate what's happening, what the needs are. We operate with such a lean staff that I know at times it can become a lot of work for individuals to manage and making sure that we're following through on particular pieces. Especially with the expansion that we're looking at from a broadband perspective. I just think that this is a very welcome addition to serve not only the employee side of it, but also the community as a whole with some of these initiatives.
Thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, and John, just, I don't know if you mentioned it, but I think, not just to fill in on areas where we have needs, but also to take a very proactive approach to our future utilities and really help take this on from kind of a management role. I think that'll be extremely helpful as we grow as a city, and we have a lot of things going on. So I look forward to this position hopefully coming on.
Thank you. Anything else? So boiling it down to a short description, we have more work than management can handle efficiently, so they need some help. Do you have any public input on resolution 2021-131? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public input, either online or in chambers, on resolution 2021-131? With no public input, I would ask for a roll call.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. Peterson.
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And last but not least, we need a motion to recess.
Motion to recess.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you all. Have a good evening.